Hello and welcome to today's lecture on PSDC. So today we are going to discuss how to derive the expression for transmission losses, and we are going to express it as a function of plant loading. The assumptions made here will be I1 and I2 current of the two machine system will be in phase and will be considered as the two sources for the supplies to the load. So starting with the derivation, first we would like to explain that it is essential to determine the economic load distribution between the plants. For that, we need to consider the transmission losses which do occur when it is a practical based system. Although the transmission losses for the plant are having lower incremental cost may be so great that the economy may discrete, lowering the end at the point of the plant. This means that any plant having a lower incremental cost is going to give us a better efficiency. If this is the fact which we consider, then it is not purely true. We'll see how. But with the lower incremental cost and increasing it with the plant with higher incremental cost, if we consider the transmission losses also, they also add to the cost of the system. So, in the problem of determining the economic load of the plants, we need to express the total transmission loss of the system as a function of plant loading, because as and when the load is going to be disturbed, thus your transmission losses will be differing. So it is essential to explain your transmission losses or express them as a function of plant loading. Now for this we are considering a system which is consisting of two generating plants and one load, which will help us to express this loss in terms of the power output of the plant. So obviously if we are considering a 3-bus system, the buses will be having their equivalent resistances. So for example, we are considering resistances RA for bus A, RB for bus B and RC for bus C respectively for the 3 lines ABC. And then according to this figure which you can see here, it is equivalent for us to understand that from bus A the current flowing is I1, from bus B the current flowing is I2, and if we are going to consider that the bus C is over here, we can see I1 moving here, I2 moving here, then here we have the bus C. So in bus C what is happening, if we apply the KCL, then at this particular load the current total which is going to enter the load part will be I1 plus I2. So this is how we are having the 3 buses here, bus A, bus B and bus C, and the total currents in them were I1, I2 and I1 plus I2. So hope it is clear. Then further it will move to the load. So again explaining the system, you can see here we have the plants. We have 2 plants, plant 1 and plant 2. This is plant number 1, this is plant number 2, having different power in megawatt P1 and P2. Also the thing is that we are going to have a different kind of issue when we are considering its power factor. So it is having a different power factor, that is power factor 1, and this is power factor 2, PF1 and PF2. Bus is connected respectively to bus A to 1, bus B to 2 and bus C to 3, and this 4th point is connected further to your load, whatever load is to be delivered, right? So this is how we are explaining this 2 machine system with 2 generating plants. So now if we consider the equation of transmission losses, total loss of the system will be given by PL. So what we see here, that since it is a 3-bus system, we will have it as an addition of I square R losses for all the 3 phases, right? So as it is a 3-phase system, we are going to multiply I square R by 3. So what we have, in case of bus A, factor 3 multiplied by I square R, and for A, I is I1 and RA is the resistance of bus A. So the term for the first bus we get as 3 into I1 square into RA. Remember, I1 square is in mod. Similarly for bus B, it will be 3 I2 square RB. Now for bus C, we saw that it is an addition of I1 and I2. So current will now become 3 into I1 plus I2 in mod whole square and multiplied by RC. Right? So this is clear. Now if we are assuming that I1 and I2 are in phase, then in that particular case we can say that mod of I1 and I2 is equal to individual modulus addition of I1 and I2. So we are going to use this equation where in this part I1 plus I2. So if we are going to do it, simply assume it as a plus b whole square. What the formula we get? A square plus b square plus 2ab. We'll be using it. So simply do what? This equation, rewrite it like this by using a plus b whole square for this part. So first term as it is will come down. First part 3i square ra. 3i square ra will come as it is 3i square ra. Then for rb, 3i square rb comes down as 3i square rb. Then for this I1 plus I2 whole square, it becomes I1 square plus I2 square plus 2 into I1 plus I2. That is a plus b whole square formula we are using. So replacing this part by this and multiplied by RC. Clear? Now we will move on further. If we just rearrange the terms by taking I1 square, I2 square and I1, I2 common, then what do we get? When we open this particular equation, if I take common taking in between this first term 3i square r, I am having 3i1 square r a, and from here see we have 3i1 square r c. So I will take 3i1 square common, and what will be remaining? r a plus r c, right? Similarly from the second term what I have? 3i2 square r b. Again 3 I have, I2 square I have and rc I have. So I will take 3i2 square common, 3i2 square common, and what is remaining in bracket? rb plus rc. This is the second term, and the final term that will be remaining with me is this one. What is remaining? This 3 multiplied by the factor of 2 I1 I2 into rc. So that is written over here, right? So this is how we got this equation. From first equation we derived to this equation. Now if P1 and P2 are the powers of the three-phase power output of plant 1 and 2, then if we consider different power factors, for example for plant 1 we are considering cos phi 1, and for plant 2 we are considering power factor as cos phi 2 with voltages V1 and V2 respectively, that is the bus voltage. So what is the formula of power that we have? We know that P is equal to root 3 V I cos phi. This is the formula which we have, hai na? So what we are going to do? We are just going to find out the value of I from this equation. So what do I get? The formula of I here, I get I is equal to P upon this entire term will go into the denominator, root 3 V and cos phi, right? This is the entire equation that I get. So I am going to use the same equation here for finding out I1. Just to suffix it, what we had equation I is equal to P upon root 3 V cos phi. Simply what we are going to do is we are just going to replace, or we are going to just add a suffix to them. For I1 it will become P1 V1 and cos phi 1, right? Similarly do it for I2. So what will be I2? I2 will be equal to P2 upon root 3 remains same V2 into cos phi 2. So this is how we get the two values of I1 and I2. Now what we are going to do with these two values of I1 and I2? Simply I am going to substitute these values in this equation, just to substitute them. So while substituting, after substituting what I get? See, what was the equation I had? I had the equation 3 I1 square into bracket RA plus RC, right? So what I need to do is now I need to replace this I1. Then I will be replacing I1, I2 here and I2 here, right? So simply putting those equations here. First thing which we are doing here, we are just putting the value of I1 square in this equation. So substituting what I get here, see, PL is equal to 3. This value which you see, this is the value of I1 square. We have squared its value, and we are going to just square its value. So you can see how we are squaring its value. See, 3 was there and the value of I1. When I square this value, it becomes P1 square upon root 3 square, and then we have V1 square and cos 1 square, right? So cos phi 1 square. Now this root 3 square and 3 will get cancelled because root 3 square is 3. And what is remaining? RA plus RC. From the previous equation here we had RA plus RC was there already, right? Similarly do it for other two terms also here. Just to replace or put the value of I1 and I2. So in the next equation I had, what was the next term? 3 into 2 I1 plus I1, I2, right? And then the factor of RC multiplied to it. So simply replace I1 and I2 here. Putting the value of I1 here, I have 3 into 2, I have put 3 into 2 into, this is your I1 and this is your I2 and multiplied by RC. This root 3 and root 3 will become multiplied by 3 and this is 3. So it gets cancelled. So what is remaining? Write it down. Okay. Similarly do what? Similarly now third term, that is 3 multiplied by I2 square. This is I2 square. Okay. I2 square into bracket RB plus RC. Again root 3 square, that is 3, cancelled with 3. So whatever terms are remaining, just write it down here. So now these are the all terms which are remaining, and the next step what we are going to do is, we are just taking P1 square, we are going to write it in the terms of power. So we are just taking this equation here, this part of the equation whatever you have, just take it as a constant. Similarly this part of the system, take it a constant. And again for this part of the system, here one thing is remaining, it should be RB plus RC, right? RB plus RC was there. So RB plus RC and this denominator, take it as common. What we are going to do with this, we are just going to write it as coefficient. I will show it for this part, I am replacing it by B11. Okay, since it is for 1 suffix, I made it B11. Similarly for the second one, this part, this will be B12, since we are having 2 powers in this system, P1 and P2, right? And similarly for the third one, it becomes B22. I have also mentioned it here. You can see here what is the value of B1, B12 and B22. Take one thing in constant in your mind, that B12 and B21 are having the same values, and their unit is megawatt inverse or the reciprocal of megawatt, you can say. So these are called as the coefficients. What coefficients we are going to see now? So the terms B1, B2 and B1, B11, B12 and B22 are called as the loss coefficients or B coefficients. For if the voltages which we are given were the line to line voltages and the resistances were in ohm, so these loss coefficients get the value or the unit of reciprocal of megawatt. So this is how we are getting the 3-phase powers, P1 and P2 being in megawatts. So PL, that is your transmission loss power, will also be in megawatts. So this is summarized, or this can be written generally in the form of this equation which you see over here, that is PL is equal to summation with respect to n, summation with respect to n, Pm, Pn and B coefficient between m and n. This is the general equation which we write it. So if it is, we saw it for a 2 machine system, again if I need to write it for a 3 machine system, what it will be having? If it will have 3 powers, P1, P2, P3. Similarly coefficients will also differ, So we will see how we are going to write that equation. See, this equation which you see here, it is for a 3 machine system for 3 sources, right? So I am writing it as first source P1 square B11, second source is P2 square B22, third is P3 square B33. This is the single source system. Now the 2 factors, second factor will come here, that is 2 P1 P2 B12, 2 P2 P3, then again for 2 3 it will be B23 plus 2 multiplied by P1 P3 and B13, right? This is in the way that you can write it all the terms in all the kind of sources in just one equation. In matrix form you can write it as PL is equal to P transpose B with respect to P. So you can write that, for example, if you have a system that is P with this particular equation, if you have, for example, P is equal to P1, P2 up to P rho, for example, or Pi, for example. So the transpose of P will be like this. P transpose, this was in the vertical form, this will become in the horizontal form. And B matrix, that is the loss matrix, you can write it, loss coefficient matrix is written as in here. So hope this particular part was clear to all of you about the particular how to calculate the transmission losses in any kind of system, because any practical system is not possible without considering the transmission losses in the system. So we'll be coming back with another lecture, another topic. So stay tuned and keep studying. Thank you.